but this is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about
Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
Jaguar Wright has been very vocal about her disdain towards several powerful figures in the media world, mainly Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z. In a New with Piers Morgan, the singer unloaded more of her thoughts about the two moguls and urged Jay to break his silence about Diddy's arrest.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim Porter?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Piers.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
yes.
A new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
For 4 years, I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters, and the victim-making machine kept going on, she began. Morgan asked why HOV has yet to speak out about Diddy, and Wright called the Rockefeller co-founder out by replying, because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere and forces everyone to carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond, you have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common professionally and privately, Sean Carter. When Morgan inquired about how many total victims there could be, Wright declared there are thousands. Wright then brings Beyonce's name into the conversation by claiming the Houston star was allegedly in on the unjust events that occurred over the years.
Well, who I really want to talk to is Blue Cantrell. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me, just like he did L, just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly, just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah. She was definitely blackballed, but she was blackballed for a reason. You made a choice to work with someone, and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't. Blue, it's time to talk. It's time for you to sing again. Because I know you still got the chops. You got the gift. Just like me. People need to know why you left. People need to know. Your fans deserve to know the truth about what sidelined you.
like we finally know what happened to Blue Cantrell, the R&B sensation from the early 2000s, and allegedly it had something to do with the love triangle between her, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Rumors have been swirling for some time that Beyonce orchestrated a plan to eliminate her competition, and Blue Cantrell might have been just one casualty in the saga. Plus, we know that Blue didn't just hold her own in the R&B scene. She also got pretty chummy with Jay-Z, especially when he was just starting to date Beyonce. But here's where it gets really creepy. One day, Blue was found wandering the streets of Santa Monica, claiming that someone poisoned her. So the million-dollar question is, did someone actually try to eliminate Blue, or did she suffer some kind of breakdown after being mistreated by the industry higher-ups? And did Beyonce and Jay-Z have a hand in all this? Let's break it down. You know how there's this ongoing chatter about Jay-Z and Beyonce possibly pulling some strings to clear their path to the top? The list of artists who allegedly fell victim to their alleged career sabotaging tactics is pretty extensive. But one name that tends to fly under the radar in these conspiracy talks is Blue Cantrell, Jay-Z's rumored ex. Back in the late 90s, Blue kicked off her career as a background vocalist for big shots like Diddy, and it wasn't long before L.A. Reid recognized her talent and offered her a contract. Fast forward to July 2001, and Blue drops her debut album, So Blue. The record not only won over the critics, but also made a splash in the commercial scene. Her album's leading track, Hit 'Em Up Style, Oops, not only snagged her 2 Grammy nominations, but also catapulted her into the spotlight. Things were looking up, and the upward trajectory continued into 2003 when she dropped her second album, Bittersweet. But here's where the plot thickens. In 2001, Blue found herself getting cozy with none other than Jay-Z, who had just started courting Beyonce. In the same period, Beyonce was busy carving out her solo career, and wouldn't you know it, in 2003, the same year Blue released Bittersweet, Beyonce's debut album, Dangerously in Love, hit the shelves. Rumor has it that this musical clash led to a heated rivalry between Beyonce and Blue, and that Beyonce wasn't just worried about Blue's rising success, but also had suspicions about her and Jay. But then came the infamous Wendy Williams interview. When asked if things ever went beyond friendship with Jay, instead of flat out denying it, Blue let out a nervous laugh and dodged the question.
Have you ever kissed Jay-Z romantically?
No. No, I can't answer that. I can't answer that.
Oh, she's touching him up the neck! Look! You see?
Why do people not want to let the Jay-Z Blue Cantrell thing go?
Wendy then floated the idea that Jay-Z might have shifted his attention to Beyonce over Blue because Blue just didn't fit the young and naive bill that Jay supposedly preferred, and Beyonce was probably more easily influenced and manipulated.
I said on the radio that I didn't think it would last, though.
What, me and him?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're above 25.
Why, he needs somebody younger than that?
At the end of the day, yup.
Why did you say that?
Because I think at the end of the day, a younger, less savvy to the ways of the world broad.
Somebody a little bit more naive.
You said it, not me.
But the drama didn't stop there. After Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped the music video for their 2003 collaboration, Bonnie and Clyde, things took a messy turn. Blue didn't hold back and publicly claimed that the video was suspiciously similar to the promo for her song Roundup, which, by the way, hit the scenes first. But this copycat business apparently wasn't a one-time thing. In November 2002, Blue released a collab with Sean Paul titled Breathe, and just a few months down the road, Beyonce dropped Baby Boy, featuring none other than Sean Paul. And remember how on Baby Boy, Beyonce belts out the line, "Let me breathe." Coincidence? Maybe, but all these coincidences were brought up in a 2003 interview with The Guardian. Blue laid it straight, saying, "I'm an adult, she's younger, and if she's doing what you're saying, then she's being a little immature." But Blue didn't stop there. She also threw a warning Beyonce's way, saying, "Maybe she's trying to do it to get press, but I want to make her understand. If she goes there with me, it's the wrong move. She needs to understand what she's doing and what she's getting into." And when asked if she thinks Beyonce was throwing some subliminal shots at her, Blue said, "If she is being negative, she doesn't need to be, because she's a beautiful girl. But if you have issues with your man, address it with the guy, don't take it out on the girl." It seems like Blue was hinting that Beyonce might have felt a bit threatened because Jay-Z still had some lingering feelings for her. Wait till you hear what happened to Blue after she openly threatened Beyonce. Fast forward to September 2014, and Blue was found by the police wandering the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m. screaming about someone poisoning her with gas. According to TMZ, the episode went on long enough that someone called police, and Blue was then taken to a nearby hospital for an evaluation. In the meantime, Blue also got dropped from her label, and since then, it's been a rough ride for her. Rejection after rejection from record labels. Back in 2013, she was optimistic, claiming to work independently on her third studio album. But fast forward to today, and that album is still MIA. MIA. So did Beyonce and Jay-Z really pull some strings behind the scenes, orchestrating Blue's sudden exit from the spotlight? Well, it's a question that quite a few industry figures are tossing around.